my creative and crafty friends. This is Gloria Plunkett with designsbygloria.com, here to share how to make this cute little chocolate card. This is going to be a little bit smaller. I decided it needed to be a little bit thinner than a regular 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card. So I cut this cardstock down to 7 1/2 by 5 1/2, and then I scored it at 3 3/4 inches. I also went ahead, let me see if I can get a good picture here. I went ahead and scored every 1 1/4 inches on my cardstock front. Although, I mean, you only have to do it to here because that's all that's going to show, but I went ahead and did it all the way down. You can do either way. So anyway, that's going to show me where I need to center my little chocolate pieces. So I cut a piece of the In Good Taste Designer Series paper, and I like to sponge the edges because I don't like there to be any white showing. So that's going to be for the bottom of my chocolate bar. Get it? Chocolate bar. Okay. I also cut 6 of these 3/4 by 3/4 inch pieces of Early Espresso cardstock, and I went ahead and used my Early Espresso classic ink and sponged all around the edges. Okay. So I got that ready. I also cut my because it's a dark cardstock, I like to put a white sheet on the inside, and I cut that Whisper White piece at 5 1/4 by 3 1/2 inches. Make sure that's, yep, 5 1/4 by 3 1/2 inches. Okay, so let's get started on making this cute little cutie here. So I'm going to take my little pieces that I've already cut and sponged. I'm going to put a Stampin' Dimensional on the back of all 6 of them. I want this to kind of pop. And on each of those, right down the center. Should have got my basic black dimensionals now that I'm thinking about it, so you wouldn't be able to see the white through the sides. Do that when you make yours. So I'm just going to center these little pieces as best I can on my card. Remember, it's a handmade card. It doesn't have to be 100% straight, unless of course you're OCD, or just that's your thing. It's not mine. I don't think my eyes see straight, especially the older I get, the less straight they see. But anyway, you'll get the gist of it, and then when you get to making your own, you can go ahead and take your time and center these perfectly if that's your thing. One more here. There. Okay, so here's my piece of Designer Series paper. I'm going to put that right there. I also brought from my kitchen a piece of aluminum foil. This particular piece measures 4 by 4 1/2 inches. So when I put this on, I want to make sure that the shiny side is showing. So I'm going to add some Stampin' Seal Plus, because I live in Georgia and it gets very humid here, and I don't ever want my cards to fall apart before my recipient gets them. So I put a little adhesive strip there. Then I'm going to kind of crumble this up to kind of look like it's a wrapper that's kind of been opened. See that there? Just kind of crumble it up. Then I'm going to add this to the front of my card. Okay, so I'm going to add this to the front of my card, and I'm just going to go ahead and use some regular Seal Plus, no dimensionals or anything. You can certainly add dimensionals if you want to add a little bit more kick to it. I've already got dimensionals on the top front, so I don't want to overdo it and have to pay extra for shipping. Now I'm going to line this up at the bottom. Make sure that's about as straight as I can get it. Fold it over. And get that on my card. I've stamped on a 1/4 inch by 1 1/4 inch piece of cardstock the You're Just Like from the Nothing's Better Than chocolate stamp set. And actually, the bundle is what I use because I like to get my discount 10% off. And on a piece of Whisper White with real red ink. And then I cut out the word chocolate from the Love You More Than dies that coordinates with this, with the stamp set. Like I said, save 10% if you want to. I did put a piece of the adhesive sheet on the back of this cardstock before I cut it out, so I don't have to go around and putting the little adhesive on there. All I gotta do now is just simply stick it to the front of my card, and that's that. And then here I'm gonna add some minis. I just have these tiny pieces left over, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. Typically I'd use my mini dimensionals, but I figured I'd waste not, want not, and go ahead and use these little leftover pieces. And I'm going to add that right there. And that's the front of my card. Oh, did I forget? I think I forgot to take the little liner off. Anywho, I'm also using the Artistry Blooms adhesive backed sequins. Love these. And where is my take a pic tool? What I did was I used my Stampin' Blend, the Dark Cherry Cobbler Stampin' Blend, and colored three of the sequins so it would coordinate with my red ink that I'm using here. And I'm just gonna see, where do I want this? I think I'm just going to stick them on here. Maybe put one here. You don't have to add these. I just want a little something, something. Okay? And so that's the front of your card for the inside. Before I adhere this, I'm going to stamp it because with my luck, I will mess up. So I'm going to use some Early Espresso with a detailed outline of the candy bonbons or whatever these are called. And I'm going to put that right over here. Then I'm going to use some soft suede and ink up the inside of the candies and stamp over the top. And like I said, just get as close as you can. They're not meant to be perfectly inside of there, I found out, so that's a good thing. Okay, and then I think I'm going to stamp my sentiment on the inside. Coordinating sentiment from Nothing's Better Than Stamp Set. You make everything better. Put that right there. Cool. No boo-boos. Now I can add this to the inside of my card. Oh no, what did I do? Well, I'll have to fix that. I got too rough with it. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Tombow that I've transferred into these little containers, and I shared how I did my container for the oh gosh, what do you call that? Oh my gosh, I'll put it on the screen because it's not coming to me right now. And there you have it, cute little card. Of course, don't forget to stamp the front of your envelope. This will fit a regular A2 envelope. So if you have any questions, be sure and drop me a note, and I will see you soon. Bye. Love y'all.